Thank you for joining us on today's show, Lifestyle with D, where we encourage you to take care of your body because it is the only place where you live. So today we are honored to have one amazing lady. Her name is Margaret Kahiu. She's in production with Citizen Television, and she'll be telling us her journey through her struggle with her skin, and she will be telling us her solutions, how she made it through. So thank you so much, Maggie, for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it is such an honor to have you and to have someone to come and actually tell us her story about, how you struggle with your skin, because as opposed to always having an expert to talk about the solution. So it's good to have someone who has experienced it, telling us about it so that we can learn from that.
Thank you.
So before we actually start on how it started, maybe you can tell us who is Margaret Kahiu?
Margaret Kahiu is a simple lady who is passionate about politics, and I also love fitness, which came about as a result of looking for a solution for what was happening with my face. Yes. And I've been participating in marathons a lot so that I can be able to give back. Yeah. And that's just about it. There's more, but yes, let's stick to that. Yes.
Okay, so you have... You said, I read in your article that you really struggled with pimples. Probably you can tell us how it started. Did it just start as a normal 1, 2, 3, the normal pimples that we get sometimes, and disappear? Mm-hmm. So how did it start for you?
I woke up one morning and I had several on my chin. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking, for girls, it's normal. Yes. So it didn't bother me as much. Mm-hmm. But it went on, instead of them going away, they increased. And, when you have 1 or 2 for a month, yes. But it gets 2 months, 3 months to a year, then it's an issue. Yeah. That's when I decided to look for solutions. Yeah. And I went to hospitals. They would just tell me it's just normal. They will go away. They will just give me some medication to apply so I can dry. But it would dry for 2 days, then they will come back. Yeah. Actually, they will come back in plenty. Yes.
So it's not, you can say it's the normal, when it's that time of the month for a lady, and you get, pimples and then they just disappear. So it's not like that.
No, it's not like that. Yeah. So that when I noticed that they're not going away, and even when I used to get medication, I would get soaps. They would tell you, don't use these soaps, use this one. Yeah. So I ended up getting quite a number of soap so I can be able to help my skin. And when you're in that situation, you're desperate because your face is everything. It's everything. Your face is everything. Yes. And you're desperate because this is a situation you've never been in before. Yes. So I used like everything.
Everything.
I was a ninja. I was a ninja.
I know at that point you're thinking,
yes.
I need to get rid of this.
Yes, you meet this person, tells you, there's this tube that helps, this everyone cream, this, everyone has their own solution. Yeah. And it got to a point I just said, enough. I need to study what was happening. Yes. To my face. So
was it like small pimples, or how do they look like? Are they really huge?
They were huge. Yes, they were huge. Some of them were deep-seated. Mm-hmm. So it's only me, when I'm washing my face, I could feel them. But when you're looking at me, you couldn't see. Yes. And now the ones that were deep-seated, they were pulsating. Yeah. And it was impossible. Sometimes you want to take a nap, you can't. Wow. Because yes, they are painful. Yes. And when you have a place that is pulsating, there is a lot of heat. Yes. So 3/4 of the time I would make sure I have ice cubes. So I would put them in a handkerchief, a clean cloth, and then I would just place so that at least it can calm down the whole pulsating and the heat. Yes, that's it was a real struggle. Yeah.
And now, before we even get to the solution and how you actually overcame that, how was it like your day-to-day life? You wake up in the morning, you have to go to work. Do people ask you that about them? Like, yes. Maggie, can you, what is happening to your skin? Have you tried this? Have you tried that? Yeah.
Everybody had something to say about my face. Yeah. And it got to a point I was so fed up. Mm-hmm. I was thinking, why am I even waking up to go anywhere? Yes. because you meet someone, like in my article, you told me you read it. I wrote about one man that I walked into supermarket and I was doing my shopping, and the guy walked up to me. He's almost in his 50s, late 50s, and if I look at him, I see a father. But he looked at me and he did not see a daughter. He was not compassionate at all. He did not walk in my shoe for a minute. And he was busy telling me, niko na mkorogo, nitakusaidia, you know. Yes, he's looking at his business. And he's telling me, oh, niko na mkorogo, nimesaidia wasichana ambao wamekuwa kama wewe ama even worse than you. So tuandamane nikakupatie. So I looked at him and I didn't have words for him. You know, I looked at him and I was like, what about me?
Yeah, he doesn't have that
humanity. He didn't walk not even a minute.
Yeah.
And I could imagine, I was just thinking, if it was my father, would he have just approached the situation? Even if my father was dealing with mkorogo and, you know, but when he sees me, he should see a daughter. Yes.
But it's very rare actually to find someone, because you see, for him, he's a businessman. He's looking for how he can sell you his products so that he can make money out of it. And probably it will not even work because, well, most of these things, I think our skins are different. Yeah.
And you know, but he's not the only one that I encountered. As I was reading some of the comments that people left on my article, I saw a lady who said, people will tell you that you're using pills. They will go out there to accuse you, ni family planning pills, wachana nazo, and all those things. And you know, it's disheartening. It is.
Yeah, because really you shouldn't assume because someone is having this is because they're using other stuff. How about your self-esteem as a woman? How did you feel? Did it affect that, or how did you come about it as a lady? Because at the end of the day, we want to look so beautiful. Yeah.
About my self-esteem, I thank God that I had my mom. She was there for me, and she would tell me, "You're beautiful, no matter what." And she walked with me. She's one person who walked with me and through the whole struggle, because I would call it that, and it is with what I went through, it is justified to say it was a struggle. She walked with me and she would tell me, no matter what, you are beautiful, and don't let it affect you. And she got to a point of telling me, people's opinion do not make who you are. It is you as a person. Decide what you want to do. And that is when I was even able to go out for bands. I would be able to perform. And I would just go. I decided I'm not going to lock myself in. I'm not going to die inside here, and there are things I want to do and I'm not going to do because of this. And I used to look at it as a phase, and indeed it has been a phase. Yes, it was a difficult phase, but I am over it and I can talk about it because I've seen many people do not talk about it. During the time I was suffering with it, I did not see anyone who had come out to speak about it, so that I don't feel alone. So I decided just the other day, let me talk about it. Maybe it's going to help somebody out.
Yeah, and you know, actually your article has encouraged many people, if I may say, because many are the times when people don't like talking about it. They just feel it's something that I'm going through by myself, but they're not letting it out there. And like you said, you would just suffer by yourself, and like people who have acne or other skin problems. Like for me, there's a time when I was young, I used to have eczema. So it used to really affect my face, my mouth, and people in school would really discriminate me. I was, you know, like it put my self-esteem really down back then when I was young.
I understand. I understand.
So I think it's similar
yes, because just when I started talking about it, one of my colleagues, she told me, nilikuwa na kuogopa. Like, I didn't know, I could see that you're really suffering, but I did not want to talk about it because I didn't know how you're going to react. So I would just...
Yes, sometimes there's that also other side. You don't want to approach
There are people who don't want to talk about it, but there are people who also feel they have a right to talk about your face. It's a private battle brought public. And sometimes some of these, you're the ones that you would want to fight when nobody is seen, but now it's here. what do you do with it?
Yeah.
And, you know, people have everything to say.
Yeah. So could you tell us some of the things that you tried as a ninja to solve some of them? Yeah.
Yes. I was referred to some creams. Some people, some of my good friends would just tell me, you know, this one, my sister used this tube and it helped.
Yeah.
And I would just go get the tube. I would also go to the doctor and the breakouts. This is something I want to just make clear. When you see someone with breakouts, don't assume it's acne, don't assume it's eczema, don't just assume. Because 3/4 of the time, it might not be.
Yeah.
Like in my situation, I went to hospital and one of the doctors that I saw just told me, you know, this is normal acne, it will go away. But they gave me medication. So I used to take some green capsules they would give me. And you know, for like 2 weeks that I'm on them, my face is okay.
Yes.
But you can't keep on doing medication after medication after medication. So I got tired of the whole medication, and they would just tell me, you know what, whatever is happening to your skin, you have to treat inside for it to show
outside.
outside.
Yeah, it's true.
And you know, with them telling me that over and over again, that would make me want to continue with the medication so that I can heal whatever it is that was happening inside.
Yeah.
You know, that was one of my ninja way of consoling myself. Just take it, so that whatever is inside that is not well will be fine, and then you'll see it. With your face getting healed and everything. I would also get some majianazi. You know, the way someone just tells you majianazi ni nzuri, so I would just get coconut water and I would use it to clean my face, leave it on the skin for some time, then wash it out. You'll get a lot of remedies.
Yeah, would they work? Would they actually work? Or do they just work for a certain period of time?
You know, in this time, you're desperate. So sometimes you don't even give it time. I would not say it does not work. But in this situation that you're in, you would not even give it enough time to see if it worked, because today someone will tell me, try this. Then by the end of 1 week, and I'm like, I don't think it's working. Then somebody else will tell me, try this other one. Then someone, you know, I would just find myself jumping from one solution to another. Then that's why I was a ninja, a proper one.
Okay, what is the one remedy that you use that actually you were patient enough to wait and it actually, you know, worked for your skin for a while?
There's this soap. There's a particular soap they give you for acne. You go to the hospital, they give you, and it works. They give you also with a cream. And because I had to use the soap continuously for a month, and I had to do the soap and the cream, I was patient enough. So I used it, and even after a month, you know, this soap is a huge bar, and you know, you're just using it for your face. So it went over a month, 2 months. 3 months, you still have it. The cream was still there, you still have it. So what happened is I would use it, and I was really patient with it, and they would dry out. But the issue is, after they dry out, new ones now would come. Yes.
My goodness.
Yes.
And you have to now deal again with them.
You have to deal with them. And now, of course, you will not go back to what you were using previously. Now you have to get something else. Someone will tell me, just get this other one, it's stronger than the other one, this one might actually work. Yes.
Would you agree with the doctor that, just before we take a break, would you agree with the doctor that it's something from inside that makes it come out like the way it would?
I would say 70% yes. Sometimes whatever we do not look at what we eat. We end up eating everything, and not everything is excreted from the body. So some of those things, they sit in the body and they become toxic. Yes. And I'm 70%. I can agree with the doctor. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Maggie, for sharing that. We'll take a short break, but we'll be right back with more on lifestyle. Welcome back to Lifestyle with Dina. We are talking to Margaret Kahiu, who is in production with Citizen Television, and she's telling us about her struggle with pimples on her face, how she got through and how she fought through. And we're just talking about how even toxins in our bodies can actually cause our skin to, it shows in our skin. That's why I even tell my family, when you have worms, mignon,
Yes.
it shows on your skin. It can show if you have many of them. And it's also very nice to deworm yourself not once in a while,
After every 3 months.
after every 3
After every 3 months, yes.
Yeah, so did you think it's something that probably you are allergic to, or did any doctor tell you it's some form of allergies that come out like that, or how?
Yes, way later, after I had decided I was going to do it on my own, go to the pharmacy, buy whatever it is someone tells you to buy, I decided one morning, let me just wake up, let me take myself for proper analysis. And that is when I found out that all this that I've been treating acne and everything else, I did not have acne. And at my age, I didn't have eczema. So through the analysis, we were able to find out that I had animal protein allergy. So all the medication that I was taking previously was just sitting in the body and not healing or curing anything. So they would in turn be toxin accumulated in my system. So after we found out that, the doctor that I was seeing was kind to advise me that I needed a proper detox, so that I can get rid of all the medication that I had been taking previously, since it had no use in the body, and it was looking for places to get out. When you don't sweat enough, it's still in the body. So it was still taking advantage of the breakouts that I already have to try and get out. So he said, you need now to detox for some good time. Then now, so that whatever it is now we can be able to give you for the animal protein allergy will be able to work. Because you can continue taking medication after medication after medication, and it's not working. Not because the medication is not good.
Because what you're taking in as well.
Yes.
Is affecting you.
Because your system is already cluttered, if I can use that word. Your system already has a lot of toxin that is, even if you take the right thing now for the animal protein allergy, it won't help. So you have to detox, get rid of the bad. Then now, as soon as you're done with detoxing, then now we can give you the remedy that you are supposed to use for the animal protein allergy. And that is how now I have been able to go on about getting my skin back. Yes.
The other day I was hosting a very beautiful lady as well, just like you, and we were talking about detox. It's very important to actually detox your body, because she was saying that we take a lot of food, and sometimes we don't even actually go to the bathroom as often as we eat. And so the toxins remain in the gut, and so it shows as well. It can show on your skin, or in some other way it will still affect you. And so she was talking about the importance of cleansing your body, so that you can actually be healthy at some point. Then you can start eating now right, clean eating. And so I'm really glad to hear that someone else has also been encouraged to do the same. Detox. So how did you detox for you?
There was a program that I embarked on. I would use fruits, vegetables. I would use lots of beetroots and carrots as we needed to clean my blood. So we needed to restore my cells and everything. So we used a lot of greens and fruits. We used a lot of those ones, and a lot of water. Water is very, very important. Very important.
Especially for the skin, right?
Especially for the skin. There is even you might find people with good skin and they tell you, I don't do water. Say maybe they're just lucky. They get away with it. But I have found out that for the whole body, we need a lot of water,
we do.
a lot of water. So that was key. The detox was also helped, and later on is when now after we did the detox, that's when now we embarked on supplements.
Yes. That was also a plus. I remember we talked about. So after detox, you supplement, because you need all those things that you can't get from the foods.
Yes,
you need all those minerals in your body, and so after the supplements, how did you manage with animal protein? Is it now that you don't eat, say, eggs, meat? How?
Now, initially, when I was doing the program of the detox and the supplement, I was not doing them. Because for it to be animal protein allergy, that means you have a lot of it. Yes. So for some time, I stopped. I would just do my vegetables. I became a vegetarian. Yes.
Not very easy.
Yes, it's not easy, especially when you wake up in the morning and people are doing sausages and they're doing everything else, and in the evening people are doing nyama, and rice kidogo, wanakula nyama, and you're just looking at them, and yes, na wengine amepika kuku kidogo hapo, ameweka wali, and you're like looking at them and you're like, okay, I think I just need to let me get my terere and go eat in the back. Yes, so I went on with the whole the greens, the supplement, and lots of water, and then now I can do once in a while. I usually do. I can do an egg. I can do 2 sausages. I can do chicken. I can do. But you have to do it in moderation. Yes. Like when everybody else does, like every other day, you cannot afford to do that. So that is my way. Maybe there are people who have really overcome it totally, and they can be able to go back fully, and they can be able to do meat like every other day. But myself, I usually do it once in a while. Yes, because it's still essential. And just to take you back, there's a colleague of mine, and she told me, Maggie, you no longer need proteins. You're not growing up anymore. Proteins are for babies.
Really?
Yeah, she told me that. Okay. She told me, you don't need protein. You don't need milk. You're not growing anymore. You already have good bones.
Actually,
You have good, she told me outright. She told me, honey, if you want everything you're doing to work, stop this protein. Stop milk. You already have strong bones and everything. You have calcium, you have everything. And you can get calcium in any other way. You don't have to take milk. You don't need this meat and everything, because protein is usually very important in kids who are growing up. But you're past that age, so you can do away with it. She also told me to stop sugar. She told me, do away with sugar. Do you take tea? She grilled me. She's motherly, and she told me, do you take tea? And I'm like, no. I was very quick to say no, I don't. So she was like, if you don't take tea, that means you don't do sugar, because sugar is also not good.
But sugar is found in many things as well.
Yes, but I don't do sodas.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, we've really had a lot from you. And lastly, before we wrap up the show, probably you can give advice, besides the advice on food, on someone who's really struggling from that, and they have probably low self-esteem, and they're afraid to talk about it. They don't know who to turn to, or what would you tell someone like that?
I would tell them, just whatever it is you're doing right now, trust it. At the same time, somebody else's opinion, just the same thing that my mother used to tell me, does not make you. It can only break you if you let the person do it. Because even the situation that you're in right now, you didn't ask for it. True. Have courage to go through whatever it is you're going through, and you will overcome. You will overcome. I'll keep talking about it. I will write about it. I will do interviews so that people who are going through that, and people who have gotten to not love themselves, and they feel they are not beautiful, because women need encouragement. Because for a woman, your face is everything. Your face is everything. So for some of them who are going through that quietly, just know it is not only you. And during my time, I used to ask, is there anyone who went through that? And why didn't they say anything so that I don't feel left out?
Yeah.
So when I talk about it, I want that person who is going through that to be encouraged, to do things the right way, and you be patient and you will see results. And don't let anyone put you down. Like one of my editors told me when she was going through it, she was expecting, and people were putting her down. She went to an extent of just sitting in a corner. She did not want anyone to see her. She didn't, majority of people did not even know that she was expecting, because she would come early in the morning to the office, sit at the corner, she has her water, and she would even avoid taking a lot of water so that she doesn't have to walk all the way to the washroom and meet people who are going to talk anything bad about her face. So I would say this, don't let anyone put you down. Whatever it is you're going through, it's a disease like any other. It's like a disease like any other. You know, sometimes we just look at it and we look at it, pimples too. But it is not, because the person who is going through it, to that person is not just pimples. To that person is not just animal protein allergy. To that person it's not just eczema. Even parents who have kids who are going through eczema and they have really suffered, they have really struggled.
I can testify.
Yes, so it is not just any other thing. It is a disease like any other. So let people who have selfish and mean opinions, let them try not to say it. Don't hit someone when someone is already down. Don't do it. So I would tell them to encourage themselves before anyone else comes.
All right.
Yes.
So you will be writing more.
Yes.
Do you have a blog or somewhere anyone can read?
Yes, I do. I have a blog at mkahiu at blogspot.com.
All right, so thank you so much, Maggie, for joining us. Thank you for sharing such your story. I'm sure someone has been inspired and can learn from what you have gone through in your journey. And so if you would like to read more on what Margaret has been going through and how you can help yourself, of course you can go through her blog. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been Lifestyle with Dee. I shall see you next time.